Hey fellow yogis, hello. Tonight, I just wanted to do a quick check-in. Yesterday, I got cut off abruptly because my son woke up. Hey, that is part of being a yoga mama and part of just, being a mom in general. So I had to go handle it. I had to go help my son go back to sleep. But I think I had talked about most of the impactful items from yesterday, but today I had a really hard but amazing day. What did we cover today? I would say the first thing that we did was we had a really good meditation, which I love. I meditate now when I wake up, even if it's just for 5 minutes, and I have my own spiritual process in the morning that I'm doing, but I love meditating with other people. The rising tide kind of lifts all of the boats kind of thinking, so there's definitely this energy when you meditate with others. So that was really, really good. And what did we do? We then basically, if I can remember correctly, we did our own self-practice. That's right, we did our own self-practice, which is new to me. Before focusing more on Hatha yoga, I did Kundalini yoga, and one of the big things about Kundalini yoga is that you follow these kriyas that are very structured. You have to do one pose after another, and certain breath work, and it's all timed and it's very specific. So although a yoga teacher can choose the kriya, this is a set of the poses and the sequences that you're going to do to, in Kundalini, achieve a certain function, maybe digestive health, whatever. You didn't pick and choose your poses, right? So the idea of putting together my own practice and not following someone else and being guided is a very new concept to me. It's very freeing, but it's also making me expand my mind. But it's a really good practice because it's helping me tune in more to my body, which is strange to me because I used to think that Kundalini did that. And now I'm really seeing how Hatha and having a self-practice achieves the same things in different ways. So it's really empowering. Then we had a really big module on the history of the philosophy of yoga and where it all started, the different theories on that. And that was really mind-blowing in the sense of, I'm learning a little bit more about Kemetic yoga. I didn't know that there was yogas that people of the Jewish heritage, that they had their own form of yoga. That of course I knew there was some Asian influence, but there was actually Asiatic yoga, as well as all the different parts of India, and how the narrative about where yoga has come from has evolved and changed, and how the narrative has been influenced by the West and by race and culture, and perhaps as I continue on this journey and as I have additional thoughts on it, I will share them, because I have been very surprised at the narratives that are playing out as I'm learning more and more about yoga. And I think it's important to talk about these things. So there's that. And then we had kind of like anatomy and poses work, and we worked on Chaturanga, which is basically the pose that you do when you're doing like a vinyasa flow, when you're kind of going from downward dog into plank and then into your cobra. And I learned that I need to get better at it. And I think that was equally empowering and humbling at the same time. Not that I thought that all of my asanas or poses were perfect, by no means, but just all that comes with all that comes along with wanting to do your best in each pose, and knowing that there's work to be done, and knowing that it's not really about like having the best one for like some yoga brochure model kind of thing, but more like giving it your best and knowing that you are attacking that pose, and in a sense kind of, yeah, giving it your all and being able to see your growth in that pose. So that was really good. But I think the biggest thing, and I'm trying not to like tear up about it, is the community that's already developing at our studio, which is Green Tea Yoga and Meditation in LA. Woo woo. The community that's developing there, like my tribe, my Sangha, my people, and it is freaking amazing. The support and the space that we have created. You know, last night I think I shared in the other video is how we were each talking about our different yoga sutras that meant a lot to us, and I think that people shared authentically and honestly, because it's a safe space that we've created. Because when you're sharing how these sutras affect your life, you're sharing parts of yourself. And so when we are doing these things, we are building connections, we're building intimacy and trust, and we're building a community. And I am so eternally grateful for the women that are in this group with me and that are on this journey with me. Today I did practice teaching, and I felt supported. Like, you're so anxious to do this work. You're new. Like, this is my second weekend, and actually my second time practice teaching, and I'm scared. It's a little bit anxiety driven, driving. Like, because you don't know it yet, but you still want to do a good job, and you're a little bit on the spot, right? And so even with all of that, I felt so supported to these women, and I felt like nurtured and cared about, and it's just amazing. And I'm grateful that I have this space. I'm grateful that it's a safe space. I'm grateful that I feel supported, because has not always been how I have felt in certain situations. And so I recognize how special this is. And, it was amazing. It was an amazing day. And I don't take this group, this time, this journey for granted. And so it's strange that now I want to do more yoga. I thought I wanted to do yoga before. I really want to do it now. And I am just learning by leaps and bounds, and I'm literally and figuratively being stretched. I'm being stretched in so many ways, mentally, through learning different things about the sutras and about the history and about the anatomy, like learning all these new things and how I think about them and how I think about myself. And spiritually, I have my own belief system, but I'm seeing where there's complements. And I'm obviously being stretched physically. I'm becoming better at poses. I'm becoming a better yogi in the physical sense. And then emotionally, which I think has to do as well with mentally, is just kind of, again, the mindfulness aspects, the yoga sutras, the yamas and niyamas, all of that plays into our mental and emotional makeup, which, as I continue to try to live the philosophy, it is stretching me. So with that, I've got all that to integrate this week. I have yoga classes to attend, I have homework to do, and I have more to read. And I will continue to share, and I'd love to hear about your experiences. I'd love to know any questions. I'd love to even just someone out there say hello back. But I really, really, really am so thankful for this journey, and I'm thankful for you for watching and listening. See you on the mat, and I will talk with you soon.